here we are at Gold Venice, the Mecca of bodybuilding, with an interview with RX Muscle, and we're going to have a great workout today with Bojana Vasiljevic, IFBB Pro, and she's a figure athlete here preparing for the Chicago show, and we're going to have a great workout here today, and I'm going to pass you on to her.
Hi everyone, my name is Bojana. I'm originally from Serbia. I live now here in LA for almost 3.5 years. Gold Gym Venice is my home gym now. I'm very happy to be able to train every day here with Eric and his team in Diloro. And today we're gonna work out legs, right?
That's right.
Quads and hams. So I hope so that you guys gonna enjoy our workout. We are preparing for our next show, Chicago Pro. That's gonna be in 2.5 weeks.
2 weeks out. I believe it's 15 days out.
2 weeks out. And I think so that week after that we have another one. It's gonna be San Diego Pro.
Yes, we're going to hit the muscle contest out there in San Diego.
Tournament of Champions.
That's right, with John Lindsay.
Yeah, that's gonna be my second Tournament of Champions, and I cannot wait for that show.
So we're excited. Let's go get a workout.
Let's go.
I like to commence my training sessions with some stretching. Obviously, I stretch out the hamstrings. We're working hamstrings today and quads. We're starting off with hamstrings, so I like to stretch out the hamstrings, get as much blood in there as possible before we commence our workout.
I'm a former gymnast, so I used to start and also end up my workouts usually with stretching all the time. It's helped me to feel better, to warm up actually, and to save my tendons and muscles from injuries.
Our first exercise is seated hamstring curls. We do 2 legs at a time. You can also do them isolated as well. I like to start with this exercise, obviously to get the blood into the muscles and feel warmed up. And then I superset it with 1 leg lying down, isolated curls. I really like that because the isolation movements can really, get a good squeeze on the muscle, and it's great for bringing out the conditioning and also growth.
I agree completely with Eric about this exercise, and I usually like to start my workouts for legs with this exercise. I feel good when I start with that, give me good warm up, and I'm ready for next one.
For this exercise, I do 3 sets of hamstring curls, superset with the 1 leg isolations, and I like to commence with this supersetting because it really gets an excellent pump and gets the blood into the muscle groups. Now that we're fully warmed up after supersetting, we got a lot of blood in the hamstrings, we're going to go to more of a traditional movement, straight leg deadlifts. I tend to do, 3 to 4 sets. Today we did 3 sets with a rep range of 15 to 20 reps.
I really like that old school exercise, and I find out that it's very beneficial for my hands. And I just want to mention that Eric always corrects me to go slower and to focus more during doing this exercise, because sometimes I go very fast.
Well, with this exercise, there's different methods. I tend to use both methods for rep range. I tend to do full range of motion, and I do partial range of motions. It just depends what I'm trying to work. I mean, a lot of times you want more detail, you can kind of shorten it up, get more of a negative. Instead of working your tendons, you're actually working the muscles. So it's very important to focus and really be into the muscle so that you can get an effective workout. For our next exercise, we're going to do leg press, high leg press, superset with 1 leg isolation. So basically I have a pad behind her back. That's just to keep her hips from moving upwards, so it keeps her stable in the seated position. I have a high foot position. For her, it's different for everybody, but for her I tend to have her have a wide foot position because I'm trying to work more the inner thighs. And then we rush on to superset with the 1 leg isolation, and I tend to keep the back upwards. I'm not leaning forward, so that way there's no cheating, there's no you know, trying to basically swing the weight up. Instead, you're really isolating and squeezing the muscle.
I really like this combination of these two exercises, and actually the last one leg isolation, gives me that specific feel of burning, and especially the position, like Eric told, like with the straight,
More vertical.
Yeah, more vertical, gives me exactly what I need. Hits exactly my hamstrings on the place where we want actually. So that is one change what I made when I started working out with him. I usually was doing that exercise in different way, like everybody else. You know, I bend over more.
A lot of swinging.
Yes, so I can cheat on this way. It's no cheating, and you exactly hit your hamstrings very hard.
Our next exercise is reverse hack squat. This exercise is not made for this. This machine is not really made for this, but we reverse and we want to work the glutes and the hamstrings. So basically, it depends on everybody where you put your foot on the platform. It depends if you're a taller athlete or a shorter athlete. With Bojana, she tends to be on the shorter side, so we have to, you know, work with that. And her foot position is in a different place. So basically, the essential way to do this is basically you want to come down to a 90-degree angle, stick your glutes out so you get that stretch in the hamstring and glute area. And then as you come up, you want to squeeze as well. The squeeze is very important. So you're working the glutes, you're isolating. And then when you come down, you don't want to come down too fast so that you can feel the negative and get a really, really good, effective workout.
That is one of my favorite exercises, and I like high reps. I like to go deep enough to feel that nice stretch. And I think that I was doing that exercise also before I started working out with Eric, but I used to work out and do this exercise with different foot position. We now find out, like he already explained, that this is the perfect foot position for me, and I'm really enjoying now doing this exercise. It's a different feeling.
Our next exercise is walking lunges. You can do this in an isolated position, you know, one leg at a time. You don't have to do it walking lunges, but we switch it up from week to week. Today we did walking lunges. We put the barbell behind the neck, and we did about, 50 yards or so. And very important to this exercise, most people, you know, they do it incorrectly. We tend to go really slow. We want to push the movement through the quad. A lot of people push forward, which is the wrong way to do it. You want to push up into the quad. And at the same time, at certain points of the exercise, it hits of course, the glutes as well. But predominantly, we want to hit, you know, the quad area and the hamstring area. But it's just very effective to do it properly.
Yeah, one of the classic exercises, we usually finish the training with that one. Sometimes we're just doing without the weights outside, high reps. Sometimes, like today, we're using bar or dumbbells. Depends on day, depends what we want to hit. But I prefer with bar, like we're doing today.
So we're just finishing our hamstring workout, and we're going to move on to quads. From week to week, we change. We don't always start with hamstrings. Today we did start with hamstrings, so now we're going to move on to quads. We're going to start with leg extensions. We do 3 to 4 sets of leg extensions, anywhere from 20 to 30 reps. Of course, we have to work on the negative, feel, you know, the fibers pulling on the muscles and getting the blood in there. We're getting ready for some traditional squats later on in the workout, so we want to get the blood in there, warm up properly, and execute.
In this exercise, it's very important to be focused and have that specific connection between muscle and brain. This exercise is actually important in my case because we always try to improve condition of my thighs and bring more lines.
Our next exercise is Smith machine squats. We tend to, from week to week, we change. We can do free weight squats, we can do front squats, So today we're going to do our traditional Smith machine squats behind the neck, and we want to get deep into the squat, 90-degree angle. Foot positions tend to change depending on the athlete. With Bojana, we tend to be a little wider, work the inner thighs a little more, and also foot position, you know, you can be really far in front or really underneath you. It just depends what you want to work more, your quads, your hamstrings. So today we're working quads. Our feet position is more underneath the bar, so you get more of a pump in the quads.
Traditional hardcore exercise, it's like usually in every hour workout, more in off season and heavier than now. Now we go with high repetition, and I personally like these trainings in season, like in contest season, when we do high volume training, high repetition. It's great feeling, great burn.
Our next exercise is vertical press. It's our last exercise. We either do it 2 legs at a time or isolated. It just depends what we're trying to achieve during this workout. Today, basically, we wanted a good stretch in the hamstring and a good pump in the quads. So, you know, vertical press kind of works both. It just depends where your foot positioning is. With her, I tend to switch it up even from set to set. So maybe one set her foot will be forward, the other set, you know, more back, so it works more the quads. So it just depends what we want to do. But basically, high repetitions. We're 20 to 30 reps, and you know, Bojana can go very, very heavy. But I noticed with her as I got to know her, is that her leg development, her muscle capacity can really be increased very quickly. So I got to be careful that she doesn't lift too heavy.
Yes, we both agree that we have to be careful with this exercise for legs, how much heavy we go in contest season, because I think that my lower body is more developed than upper body, so we try to find the perfect balance. So now we go with high reps and lower weights. So I think that we actually find finally a good way to make that perfect balance.
So we had a great workout today. We hit the legs. It was awesome. I want to thank the RX Muscle for the opportunity here, and Ian Lauer for videotaping us today. It was a great training, and we're really excited about the Chicago Pro Show. And I'd like to thank the Wings of Strength for giving us the opportunity to participate in their show in Chicago, and it's in 2 weeks. So keep an eye out for Bojana. She's going to be hitting the figure stage. And also like to thank Cutler Athletics. And I'm going to pass you on to Bojana, the star here.
Also, I want to thank the Gold Gym Venice to allow us today to record this great video. And also, I want to mention my sponsors. That's Team DeLoro, Ascorp from Chicago, Jaguar Posing Suits, and ATP Extreme. I hope so, guys, that you're gonna follow us on this next contest, and I hope so that we're gonna make more content for RX Muscle. It's a great website, and
excellent. And all the Team DeLoro athletes here at Gold Venice, you know.
And yeah, my website is bojanafit.com, and also you can find me on all social media like IFBB Pro Bojana Vasiljevic.
Thank you.
Thanks.